So this is how you check your data after you have assigned lessons and your students have worked for a number of days in a particular lesson and you want to know how they did. So you can click on classes up here or you can click on classes right here on the bottom. I'm going to click right here on the bottom. Okay. It's going to show you your three. If you have three classes, it's going to show you three classes. If you have one class, it's going to show you only one class. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on one class. That's your first class. Okay. And it's going to show you all the lessons assigned. As you can see, you have three students for 14-1, you have three students who completed the lesson. 14-2, you have two students who completed the lesson. So I'm going to click on 14-2 to see how they did. It's going to give you an average score, okay, for that particular lesson, an average score of all of the students who completed the assignment, or the lesson. And it's going to give you 4 possible choices. It's going to give you a choice to edit, so you're going to be allowed to edit that lesson. The only thing that you won't be able to do is to edit the starting date if that starting date already had passed, but it's going to allow you to extend the due date. Okay, it's going to allow you to hide that lesson if for some reason you want to restart all over that lesson and assign it again. You're going to be able to do that. Okay, it is going to show in your dashboard, but it's not going to show in their dashboard. So that's why I guess it says hide, because it's really not erasing the lesson. Then it's going to allow you to check the lesson and see what are the components for that lesson. So if I click on preview, okay, it's going to show you that this teacher assigned 4 components. The visual learning as the first thing for them to complete, 2 practice bodies, okay? Now this practice body right here, the first one, has to do mainly with the lesson that they are working on. But this practice body, additional practice body, is going to give them questions that have more to do with, it's kind of like a spiral review, okay? And then it's going to, and then we can see that this teacher assigned the quick check, which it has to do with the lesson that they are practicing, which in this case is 14-2. Okay, so what you do is you go back to 14-2, click on it, okay? We just preview it, okay? Now what we want to see is the data. We want to see how they did. So we can pick between 3 things. We can pick how did they do in the practice body, how did they do in the additional practice, and how did they do in the quick check, okay? So we can check first how they did when they were starting the lesson. So we can see that the average score, which is located right here, was 71%. Disregard this part, and I will disregard this part as well. It makes no sense to me. So what you do is go to the bottom and see and check on the students and what were their scores, okay? If you want to see particular student scores, okay? That was for that one, for the practice body, independent practice body. You can go back, okay? Go back to 14-2, okay? Back to data, okay? And then if you want to check how did they do at the end of the lesson, then you check on your quick check. So we can see that it was almost the same, okay? So at the beginning it was 71%, and then the average score at the end was 70%. So they did good. I mean, it's only 2 students who completed the assignment, but it's a good percentage. And so this is going to allow us to check on how the students are progressing through the lessons. Now you have more tabs over here in the top, okay? So if you want to go more in depth to see how they did, you can check on the question. So it's going to tell you for each question, how did they do? Okay, so you can see that question 3, 4, and 5 were kind of like the hard ones. Okay, you have another tab right here, which is student item analysis. Okay, it's gonna give you the percentage for every student, for each student. And this tab right here, we're gonna study this one later. But for now, we can stay on this one right here. Okay. The important thing about this tab right here is that it's gonna give you the standards for this particular lesson. Okay. The important thing over here for this tab is that it's going to show you how did they do for each one of the 5 questions for the quick check. Okay, and this one right here, the student item analysis, is going to tell you how did they do, how did each particular student did. Okay, I hope this helps. If you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to call me or to email me. I'm always available. We can always do a Google Meet. I'm here for you.